Currently, it is about 5 a.m. Going on a 26-mile march to raise awareness for people with TBI brain injury. I have a TBI brain injury, and I'm going to let you all know that no matter your trauma, no matter your damages, you can accomplish your dreams, no matter how far that is, whether if that is 26 miles on the literal, or if that is doing what you want to do. Come on, let's do this together.
Just had put this little one from the road to the side of the road, and I want to let you all know, please be aware that when you are around the woods, to drive precautiously. Do not drive recklessly around the woods, because there are creatures that try to cross the road sometimes. So I want you all to have this awareness, and if they are on the road and they are hit, make sure to at least try to put them on the side of the roads where they can become one with the earth and not be hit again. But if you all ever encounter a creature and there's a wildlife center somewhere around, you may be able to take them to the wildlife center, but just have the awareness to drive precautiously on the road. We do not want to see this kind of thing happening again, okay? Just wanting to tell you all about the process that it takes, whether if it's little by little every single day. If you take that process of doing little by little, you will accomplish your goal. Whether if it is the smallest thing or the biggest thing to you, it's the fact that it is a process sometimes. One day you'll go a certain amount of miles, or you'll do a certain amount of things. The next day you'll do even more than you did the day before, and then every day you just progress more and more and more. And eventually you'll get as well as doing things that you did not think that you could do before. But it is a process. You just have to take that process and not give up. Forward to McCluffin. Forward to McCrightfin. We're doing very good. Every step of the way, we'll make it to the goals of the day. And no matter how far your goals are, when you put your mind to it, you can go very far. But it's a process in life to do what you need. All you have to do is believe. Taking those steps is the process. And that process is different for everyone. And sometimes you feel like you've just had enough. Yet if you keep your mind focused and you truly believe, that is when you will achieve. Forward to McCluffin. Forward to McCrightfin. We're doing very good. Gotta rise up like the horizon. Just remember that life is a process. You can achieve if you take those steps. The process is different for everyone, and sometimes you feel like you've had enough. Forward to McCluffin. But if you believe, we will achieve. Forward to McCluffin. Every day the sun rises to give us a chance in life. So let's enjoy this chance we receive. Come on and march with me. Forward to McCluffin. Doing very good. Every step of the way, we'll make it to the goals of the day. The sun rises every morning in the schedule, as we should rise also. Always remember that we reap what we sow, yet we reap what others sow also. And forward to McCluffin. We reap what others sow, like the inventions and the ways of cargo. And forward to McCluffin. And yes, we should always be thankful for the opportunities and gifts that life gives. Be like the sun in the horizon and rise every morning and every day. Life is better if we make it that way. Forward to McCluffin.
Doing very good. Every step of the way, we'll make it to the goals of the day. Look at the plants sprouting. And you are like a plant, you need nourishing. And we can nourish each other, yet we can nourish ourselves. Praying that you all will be determined as well. And forward to McLaughlin. We're doing very good. Every step of the way, we'll make it to the goals of the day. About 3 miles out from the house. And I told you we can achieve if we believe. And may this be inspiring. Once we get this time, we cannot get this time back. We honor one another, as you should know that. Left, left, right, left, dun. Marching for God the Almighty, the time of all time of all direction, above all the layers of the dimensions. Did we mention the God of all of the heavens? Forward to McLaughlin. We're doing very good. The creator of the space-time fabric in the beginning of time. When there was vastness so vast in the mind. We can never redo that in life. And forward to McLaughlin. Doing very good. Every step of the way, we'll make it to the goals of the day. We got the grass, the rocks, the sticks, the ground. Then we have the beautiful clouds. Be resourceful and take a look around. And our answers will be found. And together, here we are bound. Forward to McLaughlin. We're doing very good. Every step of the way. We'll make it to the goals of the day. And together we can take those fears and pains away. Forward to McLaughlin. Doing very good. And there was a deer crossing the road. Wise decisions and what we show. Be careful, little deer. And that is why you all should drive precautiously. Because they too are living beings. And we have to be aware. And of course we have to care. Forward to McLaughlin. Doing very good. If you have TBI, brain injury, and then you say life is just done for me, take a look at me. I have a brain injury, but yet going 26 miles. To help you smile, because it is not over for you. Just take the process, and you can do anything you put your mind to. Forward to McLaughlin. We're doing very good. Every step of the way, we'll make it to the goals of the day. I feel like a doll in a dollhouse. Just a tiny little creature with all kinds of different features. Forward to McLaughlin. But yet, when we put our mind over the matter, we can be happier. Forward to McLaughlin. We have the sticks, the rocks, the grass, the ground. Be resourceful and take a look around, and our answers will be found. Forward to McLaughlin. We're doing very good. We have the different species of trees. And the different species of clouds that we see. It's important to practice mindfully. Forward to McLaughlin. Marching and raising awareness for TBI brain injury that you can achieve when we believe. Excellent calculations, doing our best in the situations. Loving this beautiful day. Loving how all the data and memories are saved. Forward and McLaughlin. Saving the data on the space-time fabric and the ways of life to which is co-aligning. Forward and McLaughlin. The format for the omniverse. The space-time fabric was created first. Forward and McLaughlin. Last time today, now we'll see the sun rising. Well, let's see you rise as well. You know I cannot do this by myself. Forward to McLaughlin. We're doing very good. Every step of the way we'll make it to the goals of the day. Look at this sacred land. There should be no littering because that is illegal. And that is a dishonor to the development of this entire planet. And if you ever see anybody doing that, make sure that that gets consequenced. Never allow it. Forward to McLaughlin. This sacred land is more sacred than these creatures understand. So shall they not be littering. Forward to McLaughlin. March on the behalf of brain injuries, of TBI. And remember, you can accomplish things in life. Forward to McLaughlin. Looking at that tractor. Yes, I wanted to be a farmer. I wanted to have a farmer's market and manufacture. Forward to McLaughlin. But the dreams just seem very far. Yet in a way we create who we are, regardless. Yet that does not mean that we cannot be accomplishing our dreams. Forward to McLaughlin. It just means that some things in life is a process, even though it seems like a mess. Forward to McLaughlin. No, very good. We can accomplish regardless of trauma and injuries. Come on and march with me. Forward to McLaughlin. Already on the 4th or 5th mile, giving you all reason to smile. Forward to McLaughlin. Motivation and inspiration is what helps you get up in situations. Forward to McLaughlin. Then you say, if you can do that, I can do anything I put my mind to. And I would be glad to inspire you. Forward to McLaughlin. We're doing very good. Every step of the way, we'll make it to the goals of the day. Some things are more valuable than what money would ever be. Do not carry those sins or those burdens on me or yourself or anything else, because we have too much potential and our lives are too valuable to carry those burdens anymore. So you got to make sure that you have your goals and seek the wonders of potential. Forward to McLaughlin. We're doing very good. Every step of the way, we'll make it to the goals of the day. Sometimes things in life seem impossible, and you hesitate before you do. Come on, let me inspire you. Seen the birds flying, was not the best formation, but at least they're trying. We have to be correct in calculations. Forward to McLaughlin. Calculations, coordinations, regulations, and conversations. And always multitasking. Forward to McLaughlin. We're doing very good. Every step of the way, we'll make it to the goals of the day. Nothing can put value on worthiness, because it is truly more than what we can comprehend. As we think of life's co-alignance and the chain reactions and the butterfly effects. Thinking of our sacredness as we take a breath, billions of cells in the molecular structure. And yes, together we can go further. Forward to McLaughlin. We're doing very good. Every step of the way, we'll make it to the goals of the day. Such sacredness that we have in our heart. And yes, together we can go very far. Forward to McLaughlin. Doing very good. Every step of the way, we'll make it to the goals of the day. One step by the other. Life is better when we are here for each other. And when we sympathize and have worthiness in our life. Forward to McLaughlin. We're doing very good. Every step of the way, we'll make it to the goals of the day. Some things seem far away, but everything co-aligns. Like you and I, we may not be close in time. Like the sun that meets the horizon, everything meets at a point. Far away or close in range, see the sun meet the horizon, and perhaps your perspective will change. Forward to McLaughlin. Doing very good. Every step of the way, we'll make it to the goals of the day. As the sun is 93 million miles away in approximation, and that may be far, but think of the impact that the sun creates for this planet, and then think of our potential and know that we can do this. We can make differences far away or close in range. See the sun meet the horizon, and perhaps your perspective will change. Think of the co-alignments of all things. Forward to McLaughlin. Looking at that tree, of how the branches was trimmed, and thinking about burdens. Sometimes, like heavy branches, we carry those burdens, but there's a time for everything in life. And yes, removing burdens definitely has a time. You must take those times in life. Forward to McLaughlin. You cannot carry that heavy weight. There is a time for everything. Forward to McLaughlin. Oh, there we go. Every step of the way, we'll make it to the goals of the day. Sometimes you think of those things you bottle up over the years, and it seems to just get heavier. You gotta trim off those burdens of branches before it hinders your growth and development. Gordon McLaughlin. Let those burdens be lifted. And perhaps you will feel spiritually shifted. Gordon McLaughlin. God is calling, but are you listening? Forward to McLaughlin. Doing very good. Every step of the way, we'll make it to the goals of the day. You cannot live in fear all of your life. And for everything, there's always a time, and it is time for you to overcome those battles in your mind. And overcome those fears that you have in life. You fear to do what you want to do. but you can achieve if you believe. Come forward on my cloth then. Forward on my right then. We're doing very good. Every step of the way, we'll make it to the goals of the day. More than money can pay. More than money can buy. We are such a miracle, blessing of life. We can put order, management, and structure together in life to evolve further. Forward in McLaughlin. Doing very good. Every step of the way, we'll make it to the goals of the day. Thinking of humanity's development. At the start, it sure was hard. Creatures were naked out in those woods. Regardless, they did everything they could. Forward to McLaughlin. Doing very good. Every step of the way, we'll make it to the goals of the day. The ancestors built the 7 wonders of the world without the technology of today's time. Yet those buildings they built was bigger than me in life. Forward to McLaughlin. In a way that is inspiring of how they was uniting. And regardless of their difficulties, and without resources, they was uniting. Forward to McLaughlin. And they built the biggest structures in the world without the technology. And wow, how thankful that we should be. Because it is a lot better for you and me than it was for our ancestors. At the start of humanity's development, before they had all of these things evolving, and that is including farming and harvesting. Those were all things that they had to learn. Humanity's development was definitely earned. Forward to McLaughlin. We're doing very good. Every step of the way, we'll make it to the goals of the day. Think of the trauma and injuries. Then think of humanity's development. Of how it was for them before they had all of these resources. Forward to McLaughlin. We could not have done this on our own. It definitely took the ways to unite. Shall creatures be cleansed in their mind to realize that we need each other in life. These things are more than money can buy. Forward to McLaughlin. Money is a paper, and those coins are coins. They could not create, nor could they destroy. But yet united, we can make resources and ways for each other. And together we can evolve further. Forward to McLaughlin. We're doing very good. Every step of the way, we'll make it to the goals of the day. These things are more than money can pay, more than money can buy. Thankful for the ways of unitingness in our life. We could not do this by ourselves. Discovery took thousands of years, billions of fears, and bloodshed and sweat. And you should understand the rest. Thankful for humanity's development. Forward to McLaughlin. And forward to McGrateford. We're doing very good. Every step of the way, we'll make it to the goals of the day. This was supposed to be about TBI brain injury, not humanity's development. Yet we are thankful for this. Forward to McLaughlin. The angels are my best friends, and we are brethren and sisterin'. Forward to McLaughlin. We can evolve each other further, but we must understand the ways of improvement. Forward to McLaughlin. We must ask the question, how can we improve this better? No matter the weather, no matter those difficult times, or the doubts that we may have in our mind. Forward to McLaughlin. We're doing very good. Every step of the way, we'll make it to the goals of the day. About 6 miles, giving you all reason to smile. Got 20 more miles to go. But remember, we reap what we sow, yet we reap what others sow also. Forward to McLaughlin. Doing very good. Every step of the way, we'll make it to the goals of the day. Thinking of the importance of worthiness. No matter your injuries, make no excuses. No matter your trauma, make no excuse to do those bad things. We must create management and order with these things. Forward to McLaughlin. We're doing very good. Every step of the way, we'll make it to the goals of the day. Recommending everyone to have a fanny pack, no matter where you are, what you're doing. Currently marching 26 miles on the behalf of people with TBI brain injury, as I have TBI brain injury. But if you have injuries, damages, or even if you do not have injuries or damages, it's important to carry your medical supplies around, such as first aid kit, emergency supplies, such as hand crank, radio, and other things that you could possibly need for emergency or medical situations. Especially if you're highly allergic to something, carry your EpiPen. If you're traveling, if you're on the plane, no matter where you are, make sure to have your emergency and medical supplies in your fanny pack, glucose monitor, oximeter, and other kinds of medical supplies that you will need. You cannot think that things like airlines and airplanes are going to have EpiPens. You cannot think that these travel systems are going to have an EpiPen or whatsoever else that you will need. So make sure that if you have any kind of medical conditions, especially severely allergic, make sure to carry your emergency and medical supplies in your fanny pack no matter where you go. And fanny packs are a lot better than handbags, because on your fanny pack you can be hands-free. You can always have that on you at all times. Excellent, very good. There is actually a very famous doctor. His name is Dr. Mike. So everyone knows Dr. Mike from different things, but one of those things is him having to do an emergency surgery on a plane because somebody did not carry their EpiPen with them while they were traveling, and they had a severe allergic reaction. And he had to poke a hole in his throat and then put like some kind of straw in there and to help him breathe, because he could not breathe because of the severe reactions. And oh my heavens, if you are severely allergic to anything, make sure your EpiPen is in your fanny pack at all times. I'm telling you, no matter where you're going, because thankfully in that particular situation, that person had a doctor on that plane. But not always is a doctor on the plane, right? So whether if you're traveling, no matter where you're at, carry your fanny pack, EpiPen, oximeter, glucose monitor whatsoever that you need for your specific medical problems, make sure to have that in the fanny pack at all times. But Dr. Mike, he is a legend doctor that seriously shocked me about that situation a long time ago. I have my YouTube channel flyer cards, so if a person asks how I'm doing, I'd say I'm marching on the behalf of people with TBI brain injuries, and if you want to join me, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll be handing that out. That's part of advertising, so I can get more subscribers. Make sure to subscribe, you all. Up forward to McLaughlin. We're doing very good every step of the way. We'll make it to the goals of the day. I had TBI before I was hit by a 30,000-pound car. Thrown 75 to 100 feet far. With a permanent indention and break in my skull. But no matter what, I kept those goals. Thinking of the subscriber of Cheryl that also has a brain injury like me. And she said I was inspiring, which makes me happy. Forward to McLaughlin, never give up your dreams and always believe. And together we can achieve. Forward to McLaughlin. Forward to McLaughlin. We're doing very good. Every step of the way, we'll make it to the goals of the day. On the mile of about 8. Yes, make room to appreciate. Forward to McLaughlin. We're doing very good. When it comes to injuries and damages, you know, especially if you've experienced a lot of trauma and damages, never ever, never consume anything that is poisonous. Never drink, never smoke. There is someone that I knew when I was little. Her name was Taylor. And her and I had a conversation. And she experienced trauma. And I told her, I said, and she told me that she smokes marijuana. And I told her, I said, did you know marijuana causes concussion syndrome, which can also lead to a sense of a brain injury. And it's proven by science that that marijuana can cause brain deterioration. And so, you all do not know this about the song Decisions of Thousands on my new song album, Sacred Reality, but that song was actually created because of the conversation that I had with Taylor and my concerns for her. Even though I literally shown her the brain scan proof that marijuana causes brain deterioration, she continued to be like, I'm going to do what I do. And that is when I created this song. Decisions of thousands, what will you decide? In all of the networks of your life, you are what you say, think, and do to create your mind. In these decisions of all kinds, be aware of the evil system and know who you are and cast those bad things out very, very far. I know that times can be hard, but do not be vulnerable. You have to stand your ground and say these words out loud. Do not dishonor our true potential in life. In the name of God, the creator, the beginning of space-time, I cast those evil things away from our mind to seek the potential in our life, to make the heavens proud, and God as well. We are created with billions of sacred details, and the goodness of God will always prevail over all things big and small. Decisions of thousands, what will you decide? In all of the networks of your life, you are what you say, think, and do to create your mind. In these decisions of all kinds. And so, in the song, Decisions of Thousands, was teaching, cast those evil things out. What to say. Do not dishonor true potential in life. Right? Because I told her, I said, I don't know what puts it in your mind to put that smoke into your body. But whatever it is, it's not good. And if you've experienced trauma, there's two different types of trauma.
There's trauma that other things do to you, to which is not of your fault. And then there's trauma that you will do to yourself. And that has to do with the battles in your mind. And so I pray that people will have a cleansing renewal in their mind to cast those evil things out and say what I said in my song. Do not dishonor our true potential in life. In the name of God, the Creator, the beginning of space-time, I cast those evil things away from our mind. See, my songs teach you life. I have educational songs that teach us biology and the anatomy, but I also have educational songs that can teach you life and good decisions and how to cast the evil things out. And I pray that people will have a renewal in their mind. Do not traumatize yourself. Do not cause injuries or damages upon yourself. Okay? Now, what happened to me, I was hit by a car, and that's how I have a brain injury. But for some people, it is caused by them going through battles in their mind. So let's have a prevention. Okay? If anybody is watching that's going through those kinds of battles, okay, that you all say what I said in my song, and seek a bonding with the Creator and with the heavens, okay, and cast those evil things out, because you can get through those battles in your mind by renewing your mind and by getting close to God and the heavens. But if you all ask me what inspired me to write some of my songs, you'd be shocked that a lot of it was from actual situations or conversations that I've had with someone. With a brain injury, it is important to practice mindfulness and just try to sing this for the McLaughlin. Every step of the way, we'll make it to the goals of the day. We got the grass, the rocks, the sticks, the ground. Be resourceful and take a look around, and our answers will be found. Here together we are bound for the McLaughlin. We're doing very good. Every step of the way, we'll make it to the goals of the day. We have the different species of trees and different species of clouds that we see. And the co-alignance of you and me for the McLaughlin. Always practice mindfully. For the McLaughlin. Breathe in and take a breath as we keep taking these steps in this process for the McLaughlin. Doing very good. Every step of the way, we'll make it to the goals of the day. Just a lesson about, here's a lesson about the layers of life. So, what makes a good spirit and a bad spirit is a bad spirit? Like in the example, when singing that song, Decisions of Thousands. A lot of creatures will ask, how can you tell a good spirit from a bad spirit? Intention. And energy will talk to you. And energy never lies. A spirit cannot control what the energy will say, because the energy is more powerful, and energy is of a different realm than what they can control. Why? Because the Creator of the beginning, okay, is above all layers of dimensions, and had programmed energy to be the main source of truth. Energy never lies. And so that is why I trust energy. Like a person will say whatever, but the energy will say the truth overall. But energy does not speak words. You possibly will say, well, how do I listen to energy if I do not know how to understand energy? Well, it comes with experience. Knowing how to read energy comes with experience.
And over the years, I've known how to do that since I was a child. I started to learn the difference between dark spirits and light spirits. As it says, the energy will talk to you. Before, they would not even say anything because it's not in their control. Because the energy will warn you if there is anything harmful or corruptive. And the energy will appear either dark or light. For if the energy is dark, that means a creature has intentions either of something corruptive or harmful. But if the energy is light, then you are safe and the spirit is good. Then you say, what is a spirit? A spirit is the energy that creates a being. Okay? And sometimes it's hard for us to intact ourselves with the energies, which is why it's harder for us to read the energies in certain situations. But we must trust energy over everything when it comes to certain particular situations. Like in the example, you want to know if a person is good or not. So you ask them questions and everything else. You are dependent upon their word over the energy. But the energy will tell you before the words will what a creature's intentions would be. But it is impacting yourself with the energy, trusting the energy, telling the energy, say, hey, energy, I trust you. Because I know that God, the creator of the beginning, had programmed these dimensions exactly as this is for a reason. And I will trust that. And over the years, that has helped me a lot. But in time you read the energies and you have that dark matter reading, it means you need to get away from the creature. Or you need to pray, or you need to say out loud and talk. But see, a physical being has spirits also. So if there is a physical being that has a spirit and you know there is a dark matter, talk about it. Do not be shy to say something. And to say, hey, I am not sure if you struggled with this, but I just had a feeling. You could say, I had a feeling. Instead of, hey, I was reading you, because, obviously that possibly weird some people out. And just say, I had a feeling. And sometimes fear is also an energy. Fear is something that you can know an energy, because energy never lies. If you fear something, your energy will show. If you have corruptive intentions, the energy will tell you, but not like words. Not like words. And it will come in your time of how to read energy. But some do not learn, but some do. So it is good to know how to recognize and identify the difference. But trust the energy, for the energy never lies. Because God the Creator had programmed energy to be the main source of truth. So it is important to trust the energy. When you have injuries and when you have damages, just wanting to explain that pushing past the barrier of limitation in those damages and injuries is going to feel painful. But remember that there's different types of pain. Some pains are not bad. Some pains hurt terribly, but in a good way, because it will strengthen you once you push that barrier. Once you break the barrier and push through. And I remember times where I felt like I was about to die because my brain injury was hurting so bad. But I pushed and I broke through that barrier and I pushed through. And I realized that I got stronger. Now, the definition for something bad is something harmful in any way, any shape, or any form. And so, what you have to understand is when you feel that pain, it is not always harmful. Sometimes that pain is helpful. Like in the example, if you are gaining muscles, you want big muscles. There is a pain there. It's a growing pain. But it is not a bad pain. It is a good pain because it will strengthen you. And there is a difference between the definition of the word bad, which is something harmful, and the definition to the word good, which is something helpful. What helps you? And the pain of growing muscles is a helpful pain. So if you have an injury and you're watching this, and you're going through the time to where what you do sometimes hurts you, understand that there's different types of pain. And some of those pains are helpful. Because once you break that barrier in natural ways and doing it in God, okay, for God and for the heavens, have the ultimate moral, of course. And I am a naturalist. I was supposed to get neurosurgery. I was supposed to have, all these medicines and everything else. I never, ever had the neurosurgery that I was supposed to get. I never had got the pain medication from that point. I stayed all natural. I changed my diet to vegan, gluten-free, low sugar. I was determined to get physical therapy every single day. Even when my brain injury was, oh my goodness, severely hurting. I pushed that pain, that barrier that said, no, do not cross that barrier. I pushed that barrier, and the pain was there, but after I overcame that pain, it strengthened me. And what I'm saying is if you have an injury and you're watching this, I want to let you know that you have the potential to break that barrier. It's not give up, it's get up. Okay? You have potential. And breaking that barrier was a process. And every single day I would take that process. I would get physical therapy every day. I would have healthier things in my diet. And even though it was a gradual process over the course of time, that helped me to do what I'm doing today, marching on the behalf of everyone with TBI and brain injury. And I pray that you all will understand that you can go through that process and break that barrier and accomplish the dreams that you deserve to accomplish. You all made it the 13 miles and another 13 on the way back. I'm just wanting to tell you all that no matter your trauma and injuries, you can do anything you put your mind to. But remember, it's a process in life. It is so amazing to see YouTubers' products here at the store. This is Blippi's product. Wow, this is amazing. Blippi, congratulations. I am so glad that you are in the store. I was so excited to see you. Very good. Listen, they have a very dishonorable song playing here at the store again. Like, they did this last time I was here, and it's just an absolute dishonor because it's about illegal, inappropriate stuff, and they're playing that on the radio. And, like, that's definitely putting a lot of children at risk, and was actually just on the YouTube channel. Was looking at the YouTube channel. And did you all know that I have the country dance along song on here as well? And I also have my new album, which is Sacred Reality Part 2. And I just did the Universe Anatomy song on the channel as well. And I have different song albums. And so far I'm just not getting the view count that I'm needing to get on the radios. But obviously, what is on the radios now, that's dangerous for children. But like the Universe Anatomy song that I have is educational, so you can learn from that. And it makes me disgusted to hear this song at the store. It really does. But you all pray that we can get educational songs on the radio. That's a part of my goal of what I'm doing with my educational songs. So just pray that I can get on the radios as soon as possible, because this trash that's playing on the radios now needs to be put down. Okay, it's just absolutely disgusting. I was sad to hear that song playing on the radio at the store about illegal things. I think that's really something that discourages me a lot. It makes me feel low of confidence when it comes to my songs. Because what I hear on the radios is nothing close to the value of my songs. And so when they have this trashy, invaluable music on the radios, that seems to be the only thing they're putting on there. And nothing is educational. So putting educational songs on the radio just seems like it's impossible. But it's not, because we, as a united team, can make that possible. I encourage everyone to include fruits and vegetables in their meals. And remember, you all, that 93-year-old that we spoke to had given me advice of longevity. And she told me that carrots has helped her. And so I get carrot juice. When we find things inspiring, we listen. And that is why it is important that we find good inspirations to listen to. But remember to always know that what you listen to in life is worthy. But when it comes to what she said about carrot juice, I knew that was good, because as soon as I tried it, I felt so much better. Carrot juice has so many good minerals in here. And I think that what she gave me advice of was better than a doctor saying, here's some antibiotics. Personally. But here we are on our way back to the house, thinking of my wonderful YouTube channel and all of the wonderful lessons and episodes on the YouTube channel. I have a lot of educational songs for children and for adults, and I try to inspire people the best that I can. I'm trying to get education on the radios, which is one of the most difficult things to do. But life is a process, and remember that with trauma, with injuries, with damages, it's not impossible for you to accomplish your dreams. Okay? And for me, I have felt so discouraged lately when it comes to my YouTube channel, because I have felt like I do not have a chance in life. I'm getting one of these prickly spike things off of sock there. But I have felt like I have been discouraged because my YouTube channel has not gotten the views that I need, has not gotten the subscribers that I need after all of these years. And I've done marches for several causes, and you know, I've barely, but it's not just marching. It's mainly about my educational songs, but I do marching every now and then to help to inspire and motivate people in need. And that's what this is all about. And I just pray that you all, when you look for inspiration, that you find the best inspiration. And since you all found my channel, you definitely found the best. Very good. I would rather choose natural antibiotics like pineapple or ginger root than actual antibiotics, because natural healing was something that helped me to get better. Although it was a very painful process. Remember, there's two different types of pain. Natural healing is more painful than unnatural healing, but it's a longer lasting effect that will do better for you. Because what chemical prescriptions will do is it'll make you depend upon it. So then you are not naturally ever healed. When you are naturally healed, your body knows how to fight it, okay, in a natural processed way. Which is better than if you're trying to depend upon a chemical prescription from a doctor. And that is why natural healing is the way that I chose. And in the long-term effect, it was a lot better. But it sure did not feel that way a lot of the times. It felt so terribly painful. But I fought through that. And I got through that, and I pray that you all get physical therapy every single day. And just remember that that pain is going to pay off for the future, because that's not the kind of pain that is harmful. That kind of pain is going to help you. It's going to help you get stronger. It's going to help you improve. It's going to help you get better. Thankful that you had survived all of those difficult times for the McLaughlin. We're doing very good. You had to make adjustments, even though it was a difficult situation. Having injuries and damages, it sure is difficult to make adjustments for the McLaughlin. But I'm proud that you survived all of those difficult times for the McLaughlin. Yet if you believe we can do this, and if you understand we can go the distance for the McLaughlin, we're doing very good. Every step of the way, we'll make it to the goals of the day. On the mile of about 20, praying that I can be inspiring for the McLaughlin. You have purpose in this world, and you may have had to change that before you was injured. And then afterwards, you had to change your purpose. You'd always remember what your worth is for the McLaughlin. The potential is always beyond what we have ever gone for the McLaughlin. Every step of the way, we'll make it to the goals of the day. You have a purpose to be in this world. Do not be lost. For giving up is not worth the cost for the McLaughlin. Now on the 25th mile, from day until night, we will fight it through. And I pray that I can inspire you. Regardless of trauma and injuries, we can live non-sinfully, honor God, and achieve when we believe. For the McLaughlin, we're doing very good. Only half a mile left. Just breathe in and take a breath. That is 26 miles, giving you a reason to smile. For the McLaughlin, we're doing very good. Every step of the way, we'll make it to the goals of the day. We got the rocks, the sticks, the grass, the ground. Be resourceful and take a look around, and our answers will be found. And here together we are bound for the McLaughlin. We have the different species of trees and the ways of the space-time fabric calculating for the McLaughlin. We're doing very good. Every step of the way, we'll make it to the goals of the day. Always have your goals. Do not doubt yourself, for you have value in life. Just believe in your mind, and we can achieve those difficult things in life for the McLaughlin. We're doing very good. Every step of the way, we'll make it to the goals of the day. Even if the destination seems far, just have it in your mind. And have God close to you in life. And we will get to the goal. Always have strong morals for the McLaughlin. We're doing very good. Every step of the way, we'll make it to the goals of the day. Marching on the behalf of people with TBI brain injuries. And remember that your goal is not impossible. It's just a process for you to recover. There's so many ways of life for you to discover. For the McLaughlin, Just take that process and do not dwell in the pollutions. Be the solutions, for you have potential. And now it is time to have your actions to meet the credentials of Pandemic Last Bud. We're doing very good. Every step of the way, we'll make it to the goals of the day.